Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you tired of those limp, soggy pickles you sometimes get from the store? Do you dream of a pickle that's perfectly crisp, bursting with flavor, and has that satisfying crunch with every single bite? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, I am going to show you how to transform simple cucumbers into the most amazing homemade pickles you've ever tasted. Forget those store-bought jars forever, because once you learn this super simple technique, you'll be making your own from now on. It's easier than you think, and the results are absolutely incredible. So grab your apron and let's get pickling! First things first, let's talk about our star ingredient, cucumbers. For the best, crunchiest pickles, you want to use small, firm pickling cucumbers, often called Kirby cucumbers. Look for ones that are fresh, unwaxed, and free of any soft spots. The fresher the cucumber, the crunchier the pickle. Give them a good wash and trim off the blossom end, that little brown nub. This end contains an enzyme that can make your pickles soft, and we definitely don't want that. You can slice them into spears, rounds, or even leave them whole if they're small enough. It's totally up to you. For me, I love classic spears, so I'll just cut these in half, and then into quarters lengthwise. Perfect. Now, let's prepare our jars. You'll want to use clean, sterilized glass jars with tight-fitting lids. I'm using standard quart-sized mason jars today. To give our pickles that amazing flavor, we're going to pack some aromatics into the bottom of each jar. This is where you can get really creative. The classic combination is a few cloves of fresh garlic, a teaspoon of dill seed, and maybe half a teaspoon of black peppercorns. I also love to add a little kick, so I'm throwing in a pinch of red pepper flakes. You could also use fresh dill fronds, mustard seeds, or coriander seeds. Don't be afraid to experiment and find your perfect flavor profile. Just layer these goodies right at the bottom of your jar. With our jars prepped, it's time to pack in the cucumbers. You want to arrange them snugly, but don't cram them in so tightly that they get bruised. Stand the spears up vertically, fitting them in like a puzzle. A tightly packed jar ensures that all the cucumbers stay submerged in the brine, which is key to a good pickle. Once your cucumbers are all tucked in, we can move on to the most important part, the brine. The brine is the magic liquid that turns our cucumbers into delicious pickles. It's a simple mixture of vinegar, water, and salt. A great starting ratio is 1 part vinegar to 1 part water. I'm using white distilled vinegar for a clean, classic taste, but apple cider vinegar also works wonderfully for a slightly different flavor. So, in this saucepan, I'll combine 2 cups of water, 2 cups of vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. It's important to use pickling salt or kosher salt, as table salt contains iodine and anti-caking agents that can make your brine cloudy and affect the taste. We'll just heat this mixture on the stove, stirring until the salt is completely dissolved. You don't need to bring it to a rolling boil, just get it hot. Alright, our brine is hot and the salt is dissolved. Now, very carefully, we're going to pour this hot brine over the cucumbers in our jars. Pour it slowly, making sure to leave about a ½ inch of space at the top, which we call head space. This space is important for creating a proper seal. Use a chopstick or a butter knife to gently press down on the cucumbers and release any trapped air bubbles. You want to make sure the brine is covering everything completely. Any cucumber peeking out of the brine won't pickle properly. Once filled, wipe the rim of the jar with a clean cloth to ensure there's no liquid or debris, and then seal it tightly with the lid. Now here's the hardest part. You have to wait. These are refrigerator pickles, so they don't require a complicated canning process. Just let the jars cool down on the counter for a couple of hours, and then pop them into the fridge. They'll start to taste like pickles after about 24 hours. But for the best flavor and crunch, I recommend waiting at least 3 to 5 days. The longer they sit, the more flavorful they become. They'll keep in your fridge for a month or even longer. But trust me, they won't last that long. And there you have it. Incredibly crunchy, flavorful homemade pickles, made right in your own kitchen. It's such a rewarding and simple process. And the taste is just beyond compare. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this inspires you to give homemade pickling a try. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future recipes.